everybody, and welcome back to the channel for the Advent Calendar clue for Friday the 6th of December. And this one is going to be a little bit of a tough one. I think there's even some of the grognards, the greybeards, the veterans of many a Napoleonic Advent Calendar campaign may be caught out by this one. I'm going to leave this one quite vague. Some of the clues I give quite a lot of information for. Some of them I try not to give too much information for because I want some of them to be a little bit more difficult. Now remember, even if you don't know who this one is, don't you worry. If you know 16 or more, you will still be entered into the draw for the winner. So you don't need to know them all. It's not a question of, well, someone's going to know them all and I don't, so there's no point in entering. Even if you don't know this one, you can still enter. Now, this one is from a rising power during the Napoleonic period. They had some success abroad before the Napoleonic period, but they mainly threw off the shackles of their erstwhile masters, and I mean that term both literally, and they were perhaps indebted to another nation as well, but that debt was soon shaken off by some events that happened slightly before the Napoleonic Wars, actually. You can perhaps tell by his uniform that he was a member of his nation's navy, and he was not the kind of guy who sat behind a desk and sent other ships out to do their job. This guy fought hand-to-hand combat with the crew of an enemy ship, and he suffered 11 wounds to sword and knives. So he was absolutely hardcore. Now, he actually was killed in battle. He died at a fairly young age. And perhaps his most famous quote was used as a title for the Last Ship series, which is where I first came. Well, actually, no, that's not where I first came across this guy. He was a named character you could have in WizKids' Pirates of the Revolution, I think it was. So this chap's most famous quote, and don't Google it because it'll come up too easy if you do. I might do, I don't know. But perhaps his most famous quote was when his ship was about to be taken by the enemy, he implored his men, fight the ship. And that was, so yes, he's a very early hero, I guess, from his emerging nation's military. So that's it. I'm going to leave that one quite vague for you. I'm going to be very impressed if you know this. I suspect my transatlantic viewers may know this guy quite easily, and I suspect my European ones might find it a little bit more difficult. But that is your clue for Friday the 5th of December. As I say, quite a tough one, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow.